This is the case of transposition of great arteries. In this image, you can see this is left atrium, left ventricle. From left ventricle, pulmonary artery arises. This is right atrium, this is right ventricle. What you note, what you see here, the right atrium, right ventricle, severely dilated compared to left atrium, left ventricle. How do you find out that this is the pulmonary artery that is coming from left ventricle? One thing is just bifurcating. You can see the bifurcation. This is right pulmonary and left pulmonary. This is the main pulmonary artery. Another thing that you can see, there is no angulation between interventricular septum and this is the anterior wall of main pulmonary artery. You can see this image. This is IBS and this is the anterior wall of main pulmonary artery. So both are in the same plane. That is not when that the LV and giving rise to aorta. In that case, they are not in the same plane. Left ventricle, interventricular septum and anterior wall of aorta is not in the same plane. But in this case, you find both in the same plane. So this is the pulmonary artery arising from left ventricle. This is the case of transposition of great arteries. Next image. This is tricuspid registration. This is ASD. This is follow through ASD from left atrium to right atrium. Follow velocity is quite low. This is follow from left ventricle to aorta. Left ventricle to aorta. You can see this is aorta and this is main pulmonary artery. Aorta is anterior to main pulmonary artery. This is aorta and this is pulmonary artery. Aorta is anterior and right. This is the anterior portion. This is the most posterior portion. So this is anterior. Right, aorta is anterior. This is the right one. This is the left one. So anterior aorta is right and anterior. And left ventricle is chamber is D-shaped, suggestive of raised pressure on right side. That is right ventricular systolic pressure is quite raised. That is why left ventricle chamber is D-shaped. You can easily find out this is D-shaped. Again, you can see left atrium, left ventricle, then pulmonary artery. Why pulmonary artery? Because when that arises from left ventricle, that goes posteriorly. That in case of aorta, it would go anteriorly, not posteriorly. So, a structure that arises from left ventricle is pulmonary artery, and the case is transposition of great arteries. This shows the flow across ASD is quite slow, mostly left to right, sometimes right to left also. Mostly left to right, sometimes left to right also. This is the size of ASD, ostium secundum ASD. You can see in this image. This is the pulmonary artery. This is aorta. Aorta arises from right ventricle and pulmonary artery arises from left ventricle. And both aorta and pulmonary artery seen in long axis view in same plane. That is why we call it transposition, because both are parallel in arrangement. Normally it is cross, that is perpendicular to one another. So ultimately this is the case of transposition of great arteries with ostium secundum ASD with bidirectional flow, follow mainly left to right. So whenever you see right atrium, right ventricle enlarged, in case of neonate, try to find out the arrangement of pulmonary artery and aorta from the respective ventricle. You have to find out how the pulmonary artery rises from which ventricle. You can clearly see pulmonary artery arises from left ventricle and aorta arises from right ventricle. There is no BST in this case. Right side is chamber severely dilated.